Hi guys, it's Justin from Moxie Van Co. Here today to show you how to operate your Webasto heater with the SmarTemp Control. When you first get your van, we would have already set the time and date, but we're just going to show you how to start up your Webasto and the buttons to push and kind of a refresher course on that. By turning the dial or hitting this bottom selection button, which has this square emblem on it, that will light up the screen. The dial here is your temp setting, so you can put that at your desired temp. I'm gonna go all the way up to 95 degrees here, and what locks it in is hitting the selection button again, and it locks it in. You can see in the lower left hand corner that the temp that you have it set to. The center temp on the screen is the temp inside your van. We are going to hit this top Webasto button to turn it on. You'll see two red lights come up on either side of the screen. Right here in the lower right hand corner, we have three squiggly lines with arrows on the top. That is your signal that your heater is on. After a little bit, this screen will go blank or go dark again. That's okay, your heater is still on. As long as those three squiggly lines are there, your heater is on. So you can see it just timed out and it went dark. If you want to light it back up, just so you can see it in the dark, you just can hit any button and it will light back up to show you the screen. It has a slow build up. I can hear now, listening to the fan in the van, the fan is starting to slowly turn. It's kind of like a jet engine. It slowly builds up. The fuel pump is trying to send fuel through the fuel lines to the heater to ignite the heater, and this takes a few minutes. One of the main things you want to make sure when starting your heater up is make sure you have enough gas in your tank in your van. It always has to be above a quarter of a tank. If you have a quarter tank or below, there's not enough fuel in your tank for the pickup line and the gas to pick up the fuel to send to the heater. So that's its safety mechanism. Sometimes it does take a couple tries of turning the heater on and off to get the fuel through the fuel line to the heater. This heater is firing up on its first try. If it didn't get fuel to the heater on the first try, it would flash a code. A lot of times its code is like F01 or F02, no flame, no start. What we do in that situation when it flashes a code is we'll hit the Webasto button again, which will turn it off. And then the key important thing here is to wait 3 to 5 minutes after you turn the heater off before you turn it on again. The reason why we're doing that is so when you hit this off button on the heater, we have to wait for the fan to stop running. It continues to run for a few minutes before it officially stops. If it doesn't start up on your first try and you hit off again after that, you see that code, we want to wait 3 to 5 minutes before we try it again. Usually the heater will fire up on the second try if the heater hasn't been used during the summer months, or the van has been driven below a quarter of a tank, and it's totally normal to take a couple tries for the heater to start up. When it does start up, obviously no fault codes, you start feeling a massive amount of heat coming up, and it will maintain that set temperature that you have. It will cut on and off throughout the night, the day, to maintain that set temperature. Now that this heater is on and working very well, nice and hot in here, I'm going to light up the screen. Where it lights up, you see the red lights again. I want to turn the heater off, so I'm going to hit the Webasto button again, and you see no squiggly lines now. That means the heater is off. I'm starting to hear the fan slowly turn down. It's not blowing as much, and the heater on the thermostat is off. It will take 3 to 5 minutes for that fan to fully burn off existing fuel and slowly stop. And we want to wait till it's run through its full cycle before we would turn it back on again.